Yeah, I know, it's Stryker of Enyo, and this is, what's it like, I guess? Because it can't be in an achievement guidebook, because this game's got a lot of little achievements, although I could argue that you just need to kind of play through a campaign thing, but the thing is that you might not be able to play this anymore. So what I mean, this is Project Spark. This is the thing that you saw at E3 back in 2013, I believe. Or at least there was a demo of it in 2013, and slowly we got little pieces of it, and it kind of came, not necessarily at the launch of the Xbox One, but it did look kind of cool. But yeah, as of May 13th, 2016, Project Spark will no longer be available for download on the Xbox Marketplace or even the Windows Store. Existing users of Project Spark will only be able to use the online services until August 12th, 2016, same year. So they're giving us a few months grace period here. Without the services, the online services, players are no longer going to be able to download user-generated content or upload their own creations. So yeah, you kind of got to get this now. I'm going to leave this up on Upload Studio for a while, because if you're watching this on YouTube, then this is probably already gone past the August date, depending on how I dole out my content. So what's in the game if you still have it on your hard drive for some reason? Well, you can create or you can play. Now we're going to skip create because that's got a bunch of complications. So here we go. We got community games, there's episodic adventures, and then there's the crossroads thing. So episodic, all they have is Void Storm, which is what they originally released. There's a bunch of achievements tied to leveling up your characters. You can do that. There's like 8 characters or so. Conker is actually one of them. Those will give you some achievements. And then the other big thing is Conker's Big Reunion. So the original voice of Conker is back in this little episode, and it's kind of interesting. More on that later. So the community game categories, you got starter kits, you've got obviously the most popular stuff, and like I said, I'll leave this up on Upload because you won't see it in time for YouTube really to take advantage of it. But this is where you can download pre-made stuff that people have made. You got Hall of Fame, you got, all this kind of stuff you're never going to probably see. You got stuff that can be your favorites. These are some of the new stuff, or the Rising. This is probably stuff that's literally been created in the last couple of days. And so that's where you get it. And so if you want an example, here's South Park. Yeah, some guy created this. It's literally just this. It's basically just a few houses down the block. There's some houses in the background that are relatively accurate. You can apparently, I don't know if all the boys have a skeleton in them. I think I ran around for a little bit and then started to hump Chef's leg like a dog. But yeah, and then you got worlds like this where one creator actually created some interesting stuff like that rock formation. I guess he created some characters of his own. A number of buildings and whatnot. So like all this kind of stuff, you can use. I'm not sure if you can alter those characters or not. And the other big thing is Conker's Big Reunion. So if you ever wanted a kind of HD sequel to Conker's Bad Fur Day, and you kind of didn't know about Conker Live and Reloaded on the original Xbox, which was the remake of the original, even though it cut out some swearing, this is kind of close, or this is about the closest you're ever going to get. And yeah, the squirrel's actually naked, and it has a little black box up there, so you can tell the humor is definitely in that kind of style. And the adventure itself, it's not that long, but Conker fans will kind of enjoy it. It does reprise the voice of the original Conker. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure who at Rare made it for them. It's Microsoft Studios, or it's Team Dakota is who made the game. They probably got together with some of the people at Rare and had them actually make this for them using their tools, and probably they had a couple of extra assets, obviously. But yeah, this isn't bad either, and this is this is all of a free download if you originally got it. And that's the kicker, the fact that you can't download the game anymore, even though it was free. They had actually switched to a free status a little ways back, where you could download it, the whole thing for free. So this is what the other playable episode looks like. They're basically kind of giving you instructions toward how things work and whatnot. The game does, I guess, a decent job of trying to show you, you know, when blank happens, then you need, you know, then the actions that need to be taken are blank, blank, and blank. And they try to show you this by grabbing glyph cards and completing actions or action sets on a couple of items like a bridge and whatnot. So it's nothing like a tutorial. You'll probably have to look up tutorials made by perhaps other people. If you got the game downloaded, then you can do it. So like you see, well, like when this thing has power, you need to do this, this, and this. So, which basically just means turn bridge to this side, and you know, then it'll do that. But yeah, some of the videos that you've seen where you can put the brain of a goblin into a rock and have the rock attack the player character like it would a regular enemy. I mean, that you can do all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to give you something more to look at than just me editing terrain and plopping down houses and trying to type out text and whatnot. It's probably more user-friendly than Upload Studio, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But yeah, so if you've downloaded this already and maybe you got it on your system, you can still take an update to upgrade you to, you know, the better package. But otherwise, if you buy a physical copy from a store, not exactly sure. That probably still should work, but you're not going to have access to anything in the community. But you can make your own stuff. And like I said, if you're a big fan of RPG Maker on the PC, or also on the RPG Maker, I believe it was on original PlayStation had RPG Maker, and I can't remember if they had RPG Maker 2. I believe they did, because one had sprites and one was actually in 3D, even though you couldn't make your own polygons, I believe, or something like that. But yeah, if you're big into that, I mean, obviously the visuals here are actually a little bit better, or considerably better than Fable 3 in a way. They got their own kind of style to it. And, you know, lots of grass and whatnot. You can form and create all you want. There's space stuff, too. You're not seeing that now, but there are space suits and space enemies and whatnot, and guns. And, you know what? If you have it downloaded, if there's a way you can pick it up, I guess I'd recommend it if this looks interesting to you at all. But, yeah, I mean, as of August 12th or so, you're not going to be able to download anything from the community. So I'll leave this on Upload Studio until then. Enjoy what you can. Like I said, you can always create your own fantastic adventure and then make a YouTube video on it. You know, just video yourself playing through it. So with that, I give this game a rating of play it if you can, which is kind of fitting. Enjoy.